Hi, I'm Stuart and I'm the owner of Your Car Haggler, and I want to be your car haggler. I'm a licensed auto broker helping you save time, money, and the aggravation involved when it comes to buying a car and all of the games that come with it. This series is all about auditing car dealerships and the deceptive tactics that they use and how you can avoid them. Let's go. I had a client referred to me who was interested in a Honda HR-V base model. They live in California, and for anybody that's watched enough of my videos knows that I do not love California car buying. I reach out to a couple dealerships, and my client had already given me a price that he had got before he reached out to me as a dealership's best price. Within about 2 hours, I had already saved him about $3,200 from where he was quoted. California, buying a Honda back in July, getting that vehicle at MSRP is considered a victory. This isn't about where you possibly live, and I could save you $1,000 or $2,000 on that Honda. My client had been quoted $3,000 over MSRP on a Honda HR-V and was told that's the best you're gonna find. Reach out to a few dealerships, and I find a dealership that's willing to sell a gray on gray Honda HR-V at MSRP. My client and I discussed this. They're happy. Their preferred color was gray with black interior. I always tell my clients that after they talk to me, they're done. They don't need to continue talking to dealerships. They don't need to call other dealerships. They don't need to put themselves through that aggravation. My client, I thought, was happy with this gray on gray interior Honda HR-V. It was decided between he and his partner that they did want to pursue a black, and took it upon themselves to reach out to another dealership that was showing a base model HR-V gray with black interior. The client reaches out to the dealership and gets me involved shortly after communication starts. Since my client had already reached out to the dealership, it makes things a little bit harder for me to step in and take over. So I sent my client the information that I was given to provide to this other dealership to see about matching the price. Sure enough, after some back and forth, this other dealership agrees to match the price of the gray with gray Honda dealership with their gray with black interior HR-V. Submit credit application, start to get things going along. And this is where I'm going to start to show you the text that came from this conversation with the dealership. Sonny from Honda sends over the numbers requested. Everything looks great. This number matches what the other dealership was doing for us based on the same MSRP. But you'll notice an 8.19% here. That's not right. It's supposed to be 4.9. So the dealership is already setting up for future games. Why is the paper showing 8.19? We know it's supposed to be 4.9, claiming that she's a first-time buyer and she wouldn't qualify for that. Now, they've run her credit. They know that she has almost 800 credit. They know that she has 10 years of credit history. She's putting money down. There's no reason in the world she would not qualify for the 4.9, but it's a game. The dealership is building the game up. Looking at her credit, and that she's a first-time buyer, it does not look like she's going to qualify for the 4.9. I know, having sold cars for as long as I did, it's a game, it's a trick. It's something that the dealership is going to use to try to maximize their profit. Numbers look good. They finally go to submit it. Now it's pending at 7.19 for 60 months with $2,000 down. Time goes by. We're fully approved with 7.19 on a person with almost 800 credit, money down, no negative equity, established credit history. They'll show us the approval in person. So my client says he's going to put himself on the loan, knowing that now there's no reason in the world they shouldn't qualify for the 4.9, as he does have previous car loans in his name. Now they're not running his credit. They sold the car my client was getting ready to purchase. Oh boy. I think the dealership, no, I don't know what the dealership was thinking, because you're going to see what continues to transpire towards the end of the video here, so make sure you keep watching. So my manager is really upset, just as I am. He worked on that car all day today to make sure it was ready. But wait a minute, what? When he got in it once, someone had just sold it, but he was working on it all day. Gotta make sure you remember your lies. There's two on the website that are gray with black interior. It looks like the other one is coming in about 10 days. But what amazing news. The dealership does have a gray with gray left. She would take that one, just like the one at the other dealership that we eventually bought from. So the gray with black coming in 10 days. If they're not even going to take a deposit on the vehicle, how can my client buy the vehicle? If it's a first come, first serve, if somebody lives 2-3 hours away from you and they're willing to buy the vehicle, you take the deposit. I'm committing to buy the car. Here's a deposit. Here's where things start to even get more crazy. If you buy the gray with gray today, they're going to get it for less money plus the 4.9 for 60 months. And we will only do it under her name. So folks, how is this magically possible? How is she only approved at 7.19? Now magically she's approved at 4.9. Games. The dealership, in my opinion, was potentially either not going to put her through Honda and put them through at the 7.19 at a different lender and just play it off. I never did that. If somebody thinks they're going through Toyota, then they went through Toyota. Now all of a sudden, magically, it's through Honda at 4.9. They're only willing to honor this. And this is, here we go, it's 7 o'clock at night. The dealership's open till, I believe, 8 or 9. So they are going to now stay there till midnight to deliver this car. Magically, she's approved of the 4.9. I just can't even wrap my head around this. And the client and I are just wondering what in the hell is going on. And I'm making it up the best that I can on what they're trying to do. There's no defending this. It's just what is the game that's going on. And continue to follow me here because this one's going to get even crazier. So basically summing this up, my client just says they need to sleep on it, can't come in tonight. They're at this point just super overwhelmed with everything that's been going on and need to sleep on it and see if they even want to do business with this dealership. After all of that, my clients decided they wanted nothing to do with that dealership and wound up purchasing the vehicle from the dealership that I had found for them. The vehicle that they elected to purchase was due in about 4 or 5 days later. They went in, they purchased the vehicle. A few games were played, more like some minor league baseball versus the MLB of this other dealership. They are happy. They got the car at MSRP. Magically, they got the 4.9 from the second dealership without too many of the games. But wait, there's more. See email. So being the not investigative reporter that I am, I thought I would look into this a little bit more because the whole situation doesn't make sense to me. So I reached out to the dealership. I get the generic, when do you want to stop in? I respond back, is this vehicle available? This is the stock number of the vehicle that my client was told sold. I have confirmed with my inventory that this vehicle is available. And the dealer asking price is $35,980. $35,980. But yet 3 days prior, my client was about to buy this car for $25,195. A $10,785 difference. What the what? So I want to confirm, the gray LX front wheel drive base model with black interior is $35,980? So I get a message from a manager. First and foremost, thank you for the opportunity to earn your business. Never, ever, ever going to happen. They mentioned that the MSRP is $25,395. Then they have their greedy dealer markup. But prices are negotiable, especially for our e-commerce clients. So I reply back, you are trying to get 10K over sticker on an HRV? Like, really? Like, really? Reply from the manager, some people pay it, some people don't. If I was able to get it to you around MSRP, are you able to stop by today and take it one home today? So he responds back, are you okay with only $3,000 over? Only. I kind of cut to the chase and I say, what's going on with this particular stock number? Is it available? Like, what's going on with it? Because this would be the one that we really want. Here is the reply, and I don't really have words. The stock number that my client was going to buy was traded away to another dealer very recently. So it hasn't reflected that change on our website yet. I don't have words. I don't even think I need to grade this dealership. They're ungradable. How do you avoid these games? Well, you just don't buy from this dealership at all, ever. Talk to them. You could buy a different car that's $10,000 more at sticker and have a $10,000 more expensive car. I have no words.